how admission consultants work, what value do they bring, and how can this help you save time, money, cost, energy. Money and cost actually are redundant. Remove it. Listen, I want this to be a very, very important video for you to really know how can somebody who works on applications with you make you get a very, very strong, create a very, very strong impact in your life. One, very important, note it down. Objectivity of the critique. Guys, a consultant can objectively critique on your stories as a third party. You will get biased and you will not have the point of view about your own situation that somebody else can bring. It's like admission consultant will help you save time by being straight, first of all, and telling you, guys, that this story is full of, this won't work, it's full of, I can't say it, YouTube will flag it, and your story is meaningless, and a consultant will give you the ingredients that are missing in your story. I'm not going to give you a new story. Your stories are important, even if you don't value them, but they'll tweak and they'll help you understand what is the most important turnaround you can create. What are the things that you think are important are irrelevant? What are the 3 things that your boss said in your leadership, in the leadership example or a failure example or this, that? Tons and tons of things are missing. Create this narrative and move in this direction. That's called objectivity of the critique, by listening to your stories as a third party. Do you get it? Second thing that a consultant brings, a very robust process. He's done something for decades. He's tried and tested something that works, that doesn't work. And there is the reason, I've been doing it for more than 14 years now. There is the reason I do not do resume in the beginning. I spend a lot of time on goals and I let the stories evolve. My job is to bring out the best in you. I know what I'm doing and I want to do it my way. And I'll walk you through the entire process. So a consultant will bring out very, very strong process that will create the entire comprehensive nature of an application that really matters. Is not just a buzzword. Do you get it? Another thing that a consultant does is communication. A very strong training in communication skills. Guys, communication skills are not just the language writing skills. Essays are just about communicating to a layman, to somebody other than yourself. This is a very important point. Please understand, consultants bring out those characteristics in your essays and take away the technicalities from your industry and function away, so that somebody outside your current company, your industry, your function can also look at the story and say, you know what, this is a very, very important accomplishment. You write essays that only your peers or your bosses or other people in your organization would understand, or maybe in your life would understand, because they have the context of those situations. An admission consultant helps you create a narrative with the same situation that anyone, a layman who does not know you, does not know your industry, your function, your life, they can also understand it and value. And it is a very important skill set. It matters. Do you get it? Clear? Another thing that consultants would bring is interview prep, and it's a very, very important part of the process. And I know this when I challenge my applicants in the first mock. Guys, imagine people that I work with. These people have gone through the entire applications process. They've been trained very well across creating seamless stories and networking, and this is what gets them the interview invites, right? Despite of all this, they fail miserably in their first mock. Most of them do. And interview prep requires them to understand in great details what are the situational questions. There are a lot of these tell me about a time kind of questions. I call them tell me about a time kind of questions. And there are tons of them. Failure, ethical dilemma, leadership, accomplishment, 3 important characteristics, what's going on in your current industry, function, weaknesses, strengths, tell me about a time when you had a bad boss, everything. There are tons of them that people need training on, and consultants would bring that. Another thing that a consultant does is challenging you. See, you cannot go beyond your own desire or momentum or capability. It's like you're stuck in yourself, and an MBA admission consultant is not stuck inside of you. He has the power to challenge you continuously, to make you rework on your stories, and to help you steadily calibrate as per the requirements of your target program. So that's very important. Do you get it? Another thing that an expert admission consultant will bring to you is relevance. They'll tell you what will work, what will not work. You do not have to waste your time, energy and money in doing things that will not get you anywhere. A lot of times I've seen applicants submitting irrelevant essays or apply to irrelevant schools where there are no chances at all. And someone who's done this for many years will shortlist the right places for you, will get you the right spots across the world by doing a very thorough profile analysis. Right? That's very important. This is what an MBA consultant brings to you. And last but not the least, experience, guys. If someone has worked for more than a decade, I started this 14 years ago. I've seen every background, and people who experience, they've worked on thousands of applications. MBA consultants are just like you, but they are ahead of you by decades. And the granularity needed in managing communication with the B schools, they've handled it thousands of times. You're doing it for the first time, they've done it 5,000 times. That's really important. And admission consultants aspire to make you rock. Hey, you go rock.